Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new weekly, and this time I want to tell you how to do how I'm going to do the dead tree that I have in one of the bases of my prosecutors. And yeah, and I think it was interesting to start this video showing some pictures. So normally when we think about wood or trees, we think about brown. But if you look all the examples I have now on the screen, there are some browns, but most of them are greenish colors. So just when you try to paint something that is from the nature, I like to look some examples. And in that case, I was looking different trees and different type of trees. And here we have some examples, but and are with a very rough bark, and there are some with softer bark. So really, make a look first to the nature to see what you can find and try to identify or try to do something that is similar to what you see in the nature. And this is why I have these trees here. So the bark color I'm going to use for the tree is going to be this greenish color here. I'm going to try to do this type of greenish color. Maybe not identical to this one, but but I will look for like a dry environmental. Another thing that I do normally is when I put them I download some of the pictures and to have them as examples here, and then we can see that we can have different type of barks and trees. I have a folder where I just download pictures that I find interesting for me as inspiration, like this broken tree. This is fresh wood, so it's quite clear as you can see. It's a sandy color. Uh, this is a very humid environmental, so very interesting. This for another uh, base, for example. So it's just as inspirational and to have some ideas how the real pictures look like. So I do that, and I also look quite frequently miniatures of other people to have some inspiration. But this is just to talk about how to do trees, and I wanted here just to show you first some pictures. And now let's start with the tutorial, and yeah, let's start painting the trunk I have on the base. So as I explained in the intro, I'm going now to do this trunk here, this broken tree as example. Remember that in the intro we have seen that there are a lot of different type of barks, and normally the bark is not brown, it's more greenish color. So I'm going to do one of these greenish barks in that example, and to start with, I will use storm vermin fur. This is you see the color is a gray that is have a little bit of red there. It's a little bit brownish. So it's going to be ideal to start this, and I will paint just the exterior part like that. More likely we'll need to do 2 layers because I primed this in white and I want to go quite dark in color, and this gray is a little bit transparent, so we'll transparent a little bit the white. This will give, as you can see, it's quite a greenish color, but this will give a very nice tonality. I want to give a look of a dead tree here. I will take use of some of the texture that I have. This is just a broken branch that I used to decorate this base. Was very well with this type of miniature that is not touching the base and it's just flying, and you have a lot of space to do some decoration. And as you can see, I'm just now applying a layer of this greenish color, and I will leave the top untouched because I will go for a different color for the thing. So this is going to be the color of the bar. We can go a little bit inside, it's not a problem. Later on I will do the inside. So we let it dry. But you see this color is very similar to some of the examples we have seen in the introduction of this video. And now just wait a little bit that this dries before doing a second layer. I will apply 2 layers to have a very uniform color, and I will be back. So this is quite the first step, it's quite straightforward. Okay, this is how it's looking like after applying the second layer. Quite a solid color. Quite happy with the color, how it's coming on. Now I'm going to use Bane Blade Brown. You see it's also a little bit greenish. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put some, I'm going to break, I'm going to make some like vertical strokes to break the uniformity of the color. This branch have not a lot of texture, so to avoid that it's looking too uniform, we can make some much clearer than others. It's going to be like a, now it's a little bit, and here that we have some texture, I will add some little bit because I will do a wash here. Anyway, we are going to do, like you see, I just touch and I go vertically, following the direction of the branch to break the uniformity and to make this less uniform. You just want to touch a little bit. You can make bigger. Here, for example, we have a small thing here. We can make like that, and just use this as an excuse to enhance here a bit more. So you see, I hope the minute is not always in the middle. So I just go from here, I go up. If I see that it's too much, I just spread the paint. So the idea is to make irregular color marks. Then something like that. These things are not going to have uniform color. I will not use greens in that case because I'm in quite a dry area. Normally the trees that are on dry areas are more brownish and greenish than greens because there is not a lot of vegetation that is and there is not moss normally. I will now go for a lighter color even, and I will use, if I find it, here it is. No, this is not the color I want to use, of course. I will use now Rock and Flesh. And I will do the same. The idea is to not to have a uniform, to break the uniformity. You see this color is going to give, this we have to be careful not to put too much. Just some lines. The idea is to touch very little. We can make some bigger marks into some areas. Yes. This is too much. If it's too much, you see, fast with the finger, I take it off. Here, and then we can wrap it off. Just with the finger too. This is good. So this is up to everybody's taste. How much you want to put of that. I will say that this is good enough. Now I'm going to paint the broken part. And for the broken part, I will use the color that I picked before. I will use this one, because I want to make look like it's been broken for a long time. So I will be using this like a sand color. I can put this inside. This can also make a very nice bark color if you want it. But in that case I will use it because I want to make the look that is an old. It's not just recently broken. If it's recently broken, normally the wood, it's going to be more clear. It's going to be like a sand color is going to be, if you want to do something that is recently broken, I recommend to use a color like this one, or an ochre or something like that, more clear, more yellowish. If it's, in that case, I'm doing something that has been broken for a long time, I will go for some darker colors and greenish. And this is why I use this color. It's a little bit greenish, but it will do well the work. See, I'm painting all this part. And I will do also here that looks like the bark has been damaged, here at the bottom. I will put a little bit here, just to show that the bark has been damaged. Okay, so this will give very natural effect on these parts. Now we have to let it dry, because the next is going to be a couple of washes that will apply. So I'll let it dry, and I will be back once this is completely dry. Okay, now everything has dried up. You see that the colors look quite natural. The last thing that I will do is I will apply a wash of Agvax Air Shade. When I find it, of course. Okay. So I'm going to start applying the wash from the top to the bottom. So I will start from here. I will apply this wash. This will give this a little bit more brownish tonality to our tree, or our broken tree. I apply generously. I will apply also here at the base, and I can apply when I see these types of marks. You don't need to apply it everywhere. You can use the same trick I did. First apply it where I have some texture, to enhance this texture, natural texture from the branch. And then we can make this will show dirtiness. We can apply a little bit more at the bottom to show the dirtiness of the wrong areas. So you don't need to be super uniform, you just need to apply. Where I like to apply it quite a lot is here, where we have a lot of texture from the broken branch. I broke this by hand, so I let it just look broken. And that's all. Now we wait until this dry, and I will show you once that dry. So now that this have dry, this is how it's looking like. It's like quite a ash color. I think it's working very well with this background of like a desertic, rocky environment, where the trees, the little vegetation that is there is almost dry. So yeah, this is how we look like. I hope you find interesting this tutorial. See that the wash is, what it's accumulating, is giving a very nice touch. So I like a lot how it's ended up. I think it looks pretty natural, and I'm very happy. So yeah, that's all for this week. Please leave your comment below, let me know what do you think. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.